Alrighty. New boss time. Caligo is one of my favorites, so I really hope this hard mode's good. For the love of God, if there's ever a boss I don't want them to fuck up, it's definitely this one. Gonna play Wilder first, obviously, as is tradition. Please get that shit off my screen. I haven't played Nightreign in a minute, so it might be a little rusty here. Yeah, I figured it was gonna be sentient pests. Like solo. Let's do the thing. I am kind of curious if it works, but if it's too easy, we'll turn it off. The mountain. We're gonna be one with the mountain, chat. I figure the anti-frostbite part especially will be good. I'd be very surprised if there wasn't frostbite everywhere. Alright, off we go. Hey, King. Alright, let's see if I can play properly. It's been a second. And when I have played recently, it was with the Xbox controller, not the PlayStation. I am glad I've started to get good with the PlayStation controller, because it just gives me more options. Like games I can play. Let's see. Okay, there's a camp right there, that's good. Maybe do that, hit the mine at the Everjail. When in doubt, get Everjails. Nice aim, jackass. I say that, then his teammate blasts me. This is probably the best starting camp for Iron Eye, because I think it always has bows in it. Because they're using bows. It's a thing. Okay. Let me level up. Church, do the mine. Let me jump in here real quick. Look at all this Iron Eye loot. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Might be getting a little ahead of myself with these kills. Alright, charge attacks. Holy damage negation, that's not gonna really matter. Fire attack power, that's probably not gonna matter. Eye dragon. Oh, that's good. Love to see that. Oh, I have a grapple hook. Excuse me. Fellow Wilder. Don't quite have my ult here. Oh, this guy's gonna have a bad time. Boop! Well, he tanky though. The fuck was that? You're not following the laws of physics out here. Okay. Give me a rock, man. There we go. Okay, then we go here. Gotta be quick. Ace, I feel like you're drunk on power. I'm just saying. Not even right, dude. Skipping the line. He needs more power. Up we go. I was definitely a lot slower than I could have been. Hit it. Give me these. I hate you fuckers. At least his teammate is just fucking off over there. She didn't like him and hanging him out to dry here. I'm okay with this. Yeah, look at this stun lock. I'm so brave, chat. What the? Keeps doing that. All right, get over here. All right, come to you. Okay. Up you go. Boop. All right. She almost lived. If I could find a vendor, that would be ideal. I didn't see it. Do it again? Wait, do what? I'm gonna say it's Ace doing Sanson, which is fraudulent, by the way. Counterfeit. Faker, even. I have never seen it go into riposte like that. Sorry, killing the horse, but it's worth 600 souls. Oh, it's the stupid giants. This is definitely Ace's fault. It's fine. Destined Death is... Well, actually, maybe Destined Death is a thing in Nightreign. I don't actually know. Shit's fucked up over here. They'll probably respawn. Here we go. Nice strong sword. I missed. Okay. Oh, I hear that pod. Motherfucker. We need to talk about this. Look at that little shit stagger me with that little poke just long enough for the okay, this is just cancer. And then I get hit by another pot. Blaming chat for this one. It's Ace all along. Look at that red and blue fire. God, you just can't have a W around here. Woo, that guy almost killed me. Fucking giants, dude. Actually, trolls, technically. Giants are different. Okay, I think the other giant can't throw the pots over here. Doesn't have the arm for it. Less likely to be targeted. That does nothing in a solo. Unless you're Revenant, maybe. Wombo combo. Nope. Not Iron Eye. No good. Hey, that guy doesn't see me, so he's not throwing pots at me. I like it. God, who the hell designed the troll version of the castle? Like, it's just so much harder, and it's so much worse loot. And not even, fuck the loot, like, bad souls. These fuckers can't do math. Like, I swear they thought this castle was even with the other ones, but it is not. I did the wrong ult, but that kind of worked out. Look at this guy getting in the way. Can't stop me. You really would think the castle that's the hardest would be... Will you stop that? Anyway, you would think the castle that's the hardest would give the most souls, not the least. Okay, guys. Think you're so cool with your little wombo combos. Jesus. That would have been nice to get first. Maybe it's supposed to be easy. You know, I don't think so. Like, you'd have to be really stupid to not see why this is going to be the hardest one, right? Like, clearly, if you test it one time, you're going to see how the sightlines are. I mean, they're probably thinking co-op, where, like, you know, everyone splits up and fights their own troll, so they're not throwing pots at each other. And, like, it incentivizes that. But having played with pugs, they don't ever do that. Like, oh, let's all kill the same troll and all get hit by the same pots. It'll be awesome. And the only time I can get any kind of cool splitting up coordination going on is when I play with my friends. Other than that, it's not happening. They did it as a joke. Yeah, actually, I will say, if you play with friends and you split up and you each kill a troll very quickly, it's the fastest castle, like, for sure. And that's probably what they were thinking, but... Can I do any amount of reasonable damage to this guy in the time that we have? Yes, I can. How dare you? Woo! Do that again. I dodged too soon, but wasn't punished. Light roll OP. If this was regular Elden Ring and I was mid-rolling, I would definitely get hit there. Like that. No, 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 no. What? Okay, well, should have grappled. Oh, come the fuck back. Thank God I have a grapple hook. I should have used my soul boost item there, I think. These are not good. This is not good either. Garbage. I mean, this has some use. Okay, don't need that. Don't need that. I mean, I kind of need that. All right, level 10, good enough. Let's see, day 2, we get that, and then we go here, I think. Maybe we do the bottom boss? Nah. Not that good. Dragon of the Hills, not near any hills. Yeah, fly here. Just hanging out on vacation. I think normally that spawns up here. I guess this is Smelter Demon, which is the worst boss for me. Not necessarily in terms of moveset, but in terms of resistance and stuff. Like, he's resistant to fire, and we're in water, which makes him more resistant to fire, so kind of sucks for me. And he's got that, like, constant damage ability, and I've only got 4 flasks. I'm actually a little worried. Oh, great. I'm gonna... Well, no, I can't really stall. He spawns on a timer, actually. Look, I need to kill this guy. Alright, here we go. I think I saved my ult for when he's actually doing the damage over time thing. Damn, I was hoping that'd get a stagger there. Fuck. Yeah, my fire does so little damage to him. He does not give a crap. Thankfully, my weapon is a purple, though. That mine was definitely worth. Fuck. Oh, hell yeah. He's not gonna get to do the second ramp up, which is where you really take damage. Yeah, if he does that second burn, it's pretty nasty. Okay, we go way the hell over here. Also, did I never get another Everjail key? Okay, I could get one right there. Probably do that real fast. A little extra stat boost is nice. Outflame him, I wish. I mean, we kind of did, but I more beat him to death with a stick. It's cool. Sometimes he turns his fire blue. It looks really sick. I think he actually starts doing magic damage when he does that, too. I don't know if it changes his resistances or not. In Dark Souls 2, I'm pretty sure the blue smelter demon does have magic resist, not for fire resist, but I'm not sure. Life's pretty smooth for me. Kinda lucky. All that landlord stuff worked out really well. It was a lot of work for like a year or so, and now it's just like really easy. Oh my god! You can throw hands or sticks. Woo! Oh, come on. I should have done that on the night boss. I kind of forgot. Your tenants watched your stream. Oh, God. That'd be messed up. I'm just not gonna tell them I do that. Like, no shot. They're like, skaters. Pay rent and subs. Oh my God, that'd be so fucked up. It's one way to artificially inflate your stream. If one of my viewers happened to be a tenant, they probably would have figured it out. I'm pretty sure the timing and everything. Here's last month's dues. Lol. What'd you make your grand extra stuff? Fuck. That could be good. If there's a frostbite, I wonder if a tick of it would proc my damage negation. I want those frostbite things, but I'm not getting them. Like the cures, it gives you resistance. Fuck. Oh, we're fighting a lot of trolls today. Good start. It's because we happened to do the troll mine, and then we happened to get trolls in the castle, and then the mountain always has trolls in it, so. And I'm presuming that the mountain is going to be very good for this boss, but we'll see. We'll see why it wouldn't be. Who knows, maybe the hard mode makes him go fire mode or some crazy shit. Fighting trolls every day. You know, not so much now that I stay the fuck away from FGO. Except for like, you know, once a month. Hey, at least it's not Genshin. From what I've seen, Genshin is the craziest. There's just something about that game that really brings out the insanity and the vocal minority. I think it's because it's popular. Okay, well, no riposte for me. At least I hit both of them. Wow, we were doing damage, though. Ooh! I missed. Yep, definitely want that. Shame I couldn't get another Everjail. Yeah, anytime I like vaguely look at Genshin, there's some bullshit drama going on. I don't even get it, because like that game is so casual, like it's the mainly thing is it's mainly like drama with like other games. Like you would see this with MMOs back in the day, like EverQuest people getting mad at WoW and WoW getting mad at, you know, whatever the fuck. I'll give it to Mihoyo though, like their games kind of bore me, but holy shit did he make money. Dude, I'm getting blasted over here. Lady. Okay. That's enough of that. Can I get there? You know, I could do the main thingamabob. I don't know if that's worth it, though. What I would like is one of those frost-resistant items. That would be sick. They're nowhere to be found. Oh, there's one. Just gotta complain. Give me that. Magic damage negation probably works. Don't mind me. I have to make dinner, but I don't want to cook. That's where you just like throw chicken in the oven. That's what I'm doing tonight, and then I'm just gonna put like hot sauce on it. More trolls, by the way. So these giant dogs are such a tough enemy, but they're barely in Nightreign. They're only in this mountain event. There's the giant birds too. They're also really tough. Okay, we got double resistance up. A little late for that to matter. I just wish I had gotten one more Evergel. That would have been so much attack up. A 214 AR is nothing crazy. There he is. Woo! That was close. Oh, that felt good. A triple frost resistance. That should be enough. Yeah, it's a way better finisher than a riposte, in my opinion. I can't wait to try Stamp Out in regular Elden Ring. Just gotta figure out what kind of build I want to do aside from that. There's always Faith. Faith is good for PvP. Extra heals and stuff. Damn it, Discord. One day, the streaming mode is actually gonna work. The weird thing is, like, it is on. Like, it's on, and it's got notifications off when streamer mode is on, but it just doesn't care. I think it's bugged. I think I've got, like, an old version of OBS or something. I need to check for updates. Something is amiss. Oh. Already out of time. I'm probably not gonna get attack finishers off. Although I could use that to Scarlet Rot the boss and then swap, but it does magic damage, which I think they're resistant to, so it's not really great. And magic resistance is good. What the hell was that hitbox? Oh, they don't like fire much. They're easier to knock down if you hit them in the head. Kind of a fun little detail. Okay, well, I've got enough for 15. And I should have enough to buy some consumables afterwards, so looking good. Oh, even more magic damage negation. I don't know if this stacks. I think it does. If it doesn't, then I'm wasting inventory space like mad, but... Oh, Kieran, Piercer and Slicer. Damn, I wish I had that on Duchess. It'd be awesome. Make that a purple. Go ahead and get 15 for the stats. Decent amount of health. I'm surprised my AR is not higher, though. I guess 20% of it is only against dragons, so it won't show that part. Still, 218 is nothing crazy. Pretty tame. Outlook has an email limit. What's Outlook? Is that an email service? Ouch. I swear I don't need to ult these. Up you go. Damn. That hitbox, though. It's because of this slight elevation change. Readability? Oh, it's not too bad because they use like a lot of like icons and stuff that make it easier. Like if it's damage negation, it has a specific kind of icon and stuff like that, so it's not that bad. I've also just played enough. Like when I first played, I had to stare at the stuff longer. I also have a big monitor, so you know, that helps. Motherfucker! Kind of forgot that she did that. Let's like not be stupid. Dying to Dancer would be really unfortunate. Please stop doing this attack. Boy, she is in rare form right now. She's like spamming her best moves. Out of juice. Stop doing that. I swear she doesn't do that much in Dark Souls 3. What? Please fall over. You just gotta ask. Oh, man, that was close. Let's not do that again. She is really cool. Really sad lore, too. Did not deserve any of that shit. These are all really good. So, the resistance will affect the frostbite. But your flask healing for 30% more is huge. And then an extra life is never bad. I think we go with the heal, to be honest, though. Big flasks is nice. That was a really tough call. So, they really should have made it, especially if you're playing co-op. She should spawn with Vort, because that was like her friend anyway. And, you know, they were like teammates. And like, it's just weird, because when you play Dark Souls 3, and you're by yourself, and you fight Dancer, just one-on-one, right? And so then the co-op game, you should be fighting more than just Dancer. Like, I think the game needs to be able to detect that if you're solo or in co-op, and if it's co-op, it needs to spawn Vort, I think, as well. I think that'd be perfectly balanced. I don't think that'd be OP. But man, we got slapped. She kept doing the flurry move, and I was already at close range, so it's really hard to get away from the final spin. You need to already be a little bit away from her. She looks really good, though, in Elden Ring, like the game engine. Nice. I'd love to see Pontiff over here. So, Warming Stones. Probably fine. Alright. This is, like, thematically and everything, my favorite boss for normal mode, so I'm really hoping this hard mode doesn't ruin it or make it lame or way too hard or way too easy or anything weird like that. I mean, if it's really hard for good reasons, then that's fine. I just don't want it to be cheap bullshit. Oh, starting off in the air this time. Woo! Going in hot. Or cold. Good start for me. Gotta watch that ice. Whoa! Wasn't quite ready for that. Damn, tanky. Even with my anti-dragon, not doing too much damage there. The music here is so incredible. Well, got a little greedy there. Oh, here we go. New stuff. She's like a ghost now. What the hell? Damn. Woo! Frame rate, please. Oh god, we're gonna get frostbitten again. I did no damage. Hello. Oh no. No. Okay, we like broke her armor. I see, there's like a shell. Ah. It's like an ice armor. This is definitely harder. Okay, nice grapple. I'm not sure you can get out of that. It's hard to tell. I'm still getting frostbitten. Yikes. Oh, it swings around. The double! So you really only do good damage wherever you broke the armor. Damn, she tough. I wonder if you can destroy that crystal or something. I don't know how to avoid getting frostbitten by that thing. Ah, damn it. Messed up. I'm kind of sad I beat it first try, but it's definitely a lot harder than the normal version. Although I must say, the normal version looks better. I like how, like, the stronger ice theme and, like, the ice howls that happen in the second phase. I think the normal mode version definitely is a better spectacle, but that one is definitely harder. She damn tanky, though, because we have the anti-dragon effect. So, like, she's super tanky. Ugh, dude, every time I get one of those wilder effects, the other two effects are just completely pointless. So weird, man. Yeah, now Duchess. We'll see how that goes. Doesn't seem like a terrible fight. We'll see. I don't know. She might have a hard time breaking the armor. So I have a feeling it's based on stagger. Yeah, I'm gonna check the relic. Well, I like the fight. Maybe not as hard as I would like, but I mean, it's still good, and it's definitely harder than the normal mode. It is a little disappointing, though, that, like, the, some of the really cool atmospheric attacks aren't there anymore, like the Ice Howl and all that. Let's see. Frostbite and Frostbite and Vicinity conceals self. Starting argument inflicts frost. Improved physical damage negation. Oh wow. Have we ever seen that effect before? That's pretty sick. Good for Duchess. Yeah, actually I bet you it's pretty hard without the mountain because like damn, I did a lot of damage and it was taking a while. Yeah, without the mountain, that'd be tough. Like, Wilder's insanely good there because I have fire, so I was able to do the fire debuff thing. And, you can catch up to the dragon, like the grapple hook. Like, seriously, like, Wilder was so good there. I feel like Gaping Jaw is really an improvement on hard mode. Yeah, for sure. I think Gaping Jaw is one of the biggest, jump ups. Like, Augur kind of is the biggest jump up, but the thing about Augur is once you know the fight, it's very easy to execute, like, once you learn all the dumb bullshit. Which is why I don't like the fight very much. If you don't know the bullshit, you get destroyed, and it's stupid and frustrating and horrible. And once you memorize everything, then it's actually pretty easy. Where, like, Gaping Maw, you're kind of always on your toes. You can do that leap attack really fast. You gotta look out for where the pillar is when he's doing the lightning stuff. You always gotta get the timing right on the grabs, and he's got the fast and the slow one. It's just tense, right? Like, you're always worried for the whole fight. Yeah, so far, I'd say Gaping Maw is actually the hardest. I think Augur is the hardest when you first do it. Like, when you first do it, Augur is just by far the hardest. But once you get it, then it's like, okay, this isn't really that hard anymore. Where Gaping Maw just stays tough. They're pretty tough, too, though. The Sentient Pest. That one's pretty tough. So, improve physical damage negation. Interesting. I'm definitely gonna buy it. I'm just trying to think. I wouldn't want to use it right now, though, because the boss is obviously gonna not give a fuck about, Although I wonder, if you use this and you get frosted, I wonder if it makes you go into stealth. Well, let's see here. Let's go with the normal drip. I actually really like her default. It works for the character really well. Okay. What does she have here? God, is that the best I got? Ugh. I could always use that new HP one. There's also the double crit one. I like the double crit one in the roguelike part. And for, like, Raider, it's great, because you can knock down bosses plenty, but Duchess is pretty bad at it. This is plus 5 vigor, though. Just the bottom effect doesn't do anything. And my Duchess stuff is garbage. So garbage. We'll give her Mountain, too, because Wilder had it. It's only fair. Mountain is, like, my least favorite event, though. It looks nice. You know, snow is cool. But, it's not a very fun event. Iron Eye out there looking edgy. Hey, Marps. How you doing? We gotta play more EDF when we get the chance. That was super fun. Although I gotta get you some extra HP, that was rough. It's kind of hard on Wing Diver though, like almost no matter what you do, you're very one-shottable. Doesn't really change too much. Okay. Round 2. Dude, I love EDF. It's so good. Kind of interesting that Dancer can spawn in the mountaintop, though. Probably unique to this boss. This is the same seed. Look, that's even the same camp. This is... It's because there's so few seeds for the custom events. Like, they have like 5 or something like that. That's kind of annoying. Although, I guess it's fair. That means it's trolls again. How do I get more accidental team damage with Air Raider? More airstrikes. Bobos all the time. Let's see if she can do the same route Wilder did. I feel like she can't. We'll see. Like, she's gonna have so much more trouble with some of this shit. Motherfucker. That's enough to level up. Let's see. Magic attack power. Yes, it spells. Nah. Ugh. Yep, the dragon and everything. This is absolutely the same seed. The loot's not the same, obviously. That part is... That's the one thing in the game that is random. Wow, I didn't kill either of them because it, like, split lock on. Dude, remember how smooth this was on Wilder? Yeah, that's not gonna happen on Duchess. Oh, boy. Game, she has enough problems. We don't need this. The one thing she's good at, we get denied because of the stupid wall. I blame the ghost. I'm not gonna look to the other loot because we gotta make up time. I wish I could use a trader vendor like right now and get the purple dagger. I wonder if the Everjail spawns are part of the seed. Apparently the Talisman guys are not part of the seed, because he was there for Wilder and not for Duchess here. That's 2 things that are different. See you, Vault. Don't get lost. Nope, that's the same. Could be a coincidence, but unlikely. Mother... How How is that not a bad... Okay, game. I love Duchess's ult, dude. It's the most useless ass thing ever. So, Wilder had already killed them by this point. Pretty intense music. We are so much slower than Wilder, dude. And like, we are not killing that dragon. Like, no way. I wish I could make this exact same seed happen again for Raider, because he would just shit on it, dude. Like, he'd have the easiest time out of all of them. We are so behind. We are so fucking behind. And now we have to deal with trolls. Like, are you kidding me right now? Is it my turn yet? Oh my god. That's such a thing in Elden Ring. I can't wait for Lost to play the regular version of Elden Ring and see how stupid some of it is. Thanks, game. That was nice. Really needed that. Bro, he's still shooting at me. See, I bet you Wilder didn't have that happen because of the grapple hook. I was already like out of there like so fast. Wilder's better in combat and he traverses the stage faster. This is kind of neat playing the exact same route on a different character though. I've never done this before. Definitely confirms what I'm always saying, though, about Duchess being fucking ass. Okay, there's just no way we're gonna survive down here. Okay, great! Not looking good. Not looking good. I mean, she's just so much weaker, dude. Game hates her. I really wish it wasn't trolls, though. It's the worst one for Duchess by a lot. And like, I know it's bad for everybody, but it's extra bad for her. She's pretty good against Banished Knights because you can backstab them. Oh my god, that missed! I was locked on, by the way. I think Wilder had killed all 4 trolls by now. At least close to. Thought about taking that weapon. It's not bad, but bigger flasks is one of the better effects in my opinion. Hope you like that. I'm already having such a bad time. Okay, that's big. Thank you, consumables. Please stop timing them like that. Remember when Wilder ulted here and like fucked up the troll and almost instantly killed him and then killed some of the trash mobs? That was really cool. Definitely equally as effective over here. Oh god, that's right, we never killed that guy. And we're out of time. We got so little done. And fucking Wilder killed the dragon, remember that? We can't even kill the damn trolls. The fact that he didn't die in that last hit, that was really frustrating. So yeah, so far, Wilder didn't die, and was able to get the loot up there. Killed all 4 trolls instead of the 3, and killed a dragon. Definitely behind here. I like how you all sitting there cheering like you're not cheating. At least we got that bonus soul item. We are definitely lower level. Oh god, I don't want that. Just drained my own HP. Love it. Oh yeah, that damage. I would like to point out how obvious it is that Duchess's ult is not good. If I could do Wilder's ult right now, we could, you know, really fuck this guy up. But I can do Duchess's ult. That won't do anything. I have no idea why that hit me. Damn, we didn't get a lot done there. Woo. I got him to half. Sucks, I got a flask. Only got 3. Oh, right, it's Smelter Demon. I'm brave. Okay. That was risky. Alright, same thing. Gotta really kill him when he's got the burn going on. See, Wilder was knocking him down so much that he got into his, like, second and third forms really late. Actually, never even got into his, second form or third form. We're doing pretty good damage, though. Damn, I was really hoping to get a knockdown. Oh. Right. There we go. Okay, not too bad. Proof dodging I find kind of pointless on Duchess. You don't really get hit because of your recovery frames. You barely have any. Oh boy. Only got 4 flasks, so taking all the damage out here is gonna suck. Don't do that. Don't you know I'm already pressed for time? Dragon's not being respectful out here. I just don't see anything in Duchess's kit that will ever let her, like, catch up on a character like Wilder. Because Wilder moves across the map faster, he has an ult that lets him get through the fights faster. And even if she plays really well, she's just, like, comparable to his standard damage, not exceeding it, so... Like, we are way behind right now. That's a nice passive we just got, though. Basically a 10% damage increase. Got no talismans. I'm actually really enjoying this, even though it's not looking like amazing, but it's kind of cool to see how this directly compares to Wilder. And Wilder is definitely better. Not only is Wilder doing way better, but like I have knowledge now. I have like clairvoyance because I know the seed, so I know exactly what to do. I don't have to waste any time at all. Like if I did it a second time with Wilder, I'd do really well. I'm gonna have to grab that scarab, I think. Yep, this is the same as well. So scarabs, though, are not part of the seed. Very surprised by that. Oh, wow, that lingering hitbox. That was scary. Alright, let's get this. Wow, he moved all the way back. He was way up here. That sucks. What you doing back here? That's something. See you, Red. Oh man, that means it's Dancer again. Oh boy. That was pretty tough. It's useless. All right, well. You know, Everdark doesn't show for me. Make sure you're online. You might need to reset the game. Yeah, you have to be on online mode. Ugh. Trying to get my loot, man. Bro. I could save that item for when the crystal hits, but I don't think it's necessary. In regular Elden Ring, this item has good dex scaling. Doesn't really look like it in this game though, because it's barely got more AR than the dagger. The dagger's way faster. Got frostbite though. Those got better stagger. I get the feeling though I can't frostbite the boss like the dragon. Oh, that's a good one though. Especially if I do use the dagger. Daggers are great at proccing successive attack stuff. Oh, come on, dude. Like 90% through the animation. It wasn't even attacking me either. Yeah, this weapon art's pretty sick, though. It's a good PvP weapon. Anti-aggro. I thought you were dead. Man, that negates 60% of damage, but we'll take the anti-dragon. Man, that was tempting. Yeah, I don't think the frostbite's gonna work on the ice dragon. Also, if I don't use that thing, I get the 2 armaments thing, and I get 13% more damage, so... Although, for this fight, I could see that vortex being good. This has poison on it. Duchess is just so weak, dude. Like, you just don't have skills and ults that do anything, so it's like when you have annoying enemies, you just don't have an option to do it quickly. Like, speed is everything. What the hell? Yeah, they're like resetting, but like they didn't move far enough away from their spawn to do that. We are so far behind Wilder. I think the circle's about to close. And Wilder killed that one over there. Looted a lot more stuff on the ground. Of course, that's a headshot. Make sure you've updated it and stuff. I wonder what happens if you join my game. My guess is you're on like the wrong version. Pairing as kids. Well, they are siblings. And like, am I wrong? Right? Like, I mean, Duchess is kind of clearly weaker here. And she's got like clairvoyance. Like, if you get good loot on Duchess, she can do well, but that's true for anybody. And the better your character is, the more efficient you can be with loot, so the more likely you are to get good loot. Wilder was level 15 right now, by the way. We're level 13. We might have to, I might be able to kill this guy. No, I just need to kill whatever random enemies I can. Damn it. But yeah, when I'm done here, Marps, I'll invite you and see what happens. Be cool to see the boss in co-op anyway. Fuck. Not gonna have enough for 15 at this rate. Let alone getting consumables. And hell, we gotta beat Dancer here. Dancer's a dragon, right, guys? Anyone can be a dragon, just bring George. Very true. Undo the headshot. It's not really worth it for an enemy this fast. Oh, fuck. Fucking around with my inventory. Gotta be quick here. Dancer's gonna spawn any second. I hate them. They're so annoying. Bro. Woo! I hate that attack so much. It's complete arbitrary timing. She is different in Elden Ring, though. Like, I know this boss pretty well. She's more aggressive. Fuck, I'm not gonna make it in time, but maybe I can get a poison. I've noticed in general, Nightreign just makes enemies go from one action to the next a lot faster. They don't wait around. And it makes some of the bosses a lot harder. Like those lion guys with the great swords. They're way harder. Ooh, that was spicy. And she does look smaller. I don't know if that's because of like the player characters in this being different. I'm not sure. None of these are particularly good. Okay, I have barely enough souls to get 15. Let's try to smack a few random enemies here to make sure I can get some consumables. Okay, if I kill these, it should be good enough. Nothing like the great equalizer of day 3 content here. Okay. Should be enough souls. Let's see. I don't think Exalted Flesh is that great here. So, man, we don't have a great weapon for this. We do have this successive attacks negate damage. That's so good. And we got this 13% up when we're dual wielding, so that's nice. Hopefully that kicks in when you're just holding 2 armaments of any kind and not, like, I hope it's not like you have to specifically be able to dual wield them. I've never checked if it works that way. I don't think it does, but... I bought chicken today as well. Got some, like, raw chicken and slapped it in the freezer. All right. Woo. Man, she almost never does that move. The bitch slap. Trying to see if I can get poison. Oh, that was dumb of me. Oh, fuck. Woo. Okay, there's poison. Nice. I think you get a stagger bonus when you hit her in the head. That did very little. Oh shit, I wasn't far enough away. Fucking magic cannon. I don't know how to deal with that frostbite. Have to mess around with that in co-op when you got some wiggle room to do dumb shit. that's not fair. It's the edge of the map. That's fucked up. Bring out. I have no idea how to deal with this attack. Every time I get hit by it. My health? What the fuck? I mean, she got an attack up. I think I made her mad when I broke the armor. Holy shit, she just deleted me there. It is so, like, ridiculous that Duchess kicks the giant-ass bosses in the face. The disrespect. Let's try just running way the fuck out. It's still hitting me. I have no idea how to prevent that shit. I even have all that frostbite resist. Bro, I don't know, dude. It's whack. Woo! Caligo, I use a Red Eyes deck when I played Yu-Gi-Oh back in the days. I'm a dragon fan. We're friends, I swear. What is that attack? Why does it keep one-shotting me? Dude, we're about to die. This is fucked up. Because so far, there's like no point in running away from the ice crystal because it fucking just gets you no matter what. Psych, I actually played Underworld. That was definitely harder on Duchess. So, our ult did nothing. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like, that entire run, it never did anything. Also, Wilder never died. We died twice. So... Actually, when I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Way back in the day, I did play Red Eyes some. But I did play Red Eyes, Archfiends, and Underworld, or whatever they were called. The discard people. This is actually maybe okay. We'll hold on to that. Morps, are you still here? Would you rather play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or League again? League. God, League. Did you fix your thing? I can try inviting you and see if you can get in that way, and I wouldn't mind duoing anyway. When I did play Red Eyes, like, and this was so many years ago, it was actually very good. It was, like, very, very, very good. Okay, invite sent. Let's play Raider. The Chad. Now, I'm a big... Wow, this really could be better. I'm a big advocate of this being good on him in solo. I don't know if it's good on him in not solo. I didn't even know you had a PlayStation, to be honest. I don't keep track of these things. Fuck, I need a better partial HP restore. This thing gives... I mean, it gives quick step, but... Meh. It just sucks because his color options are difficult. Well, this will do for now. Blue Eyes is now meta. I remember when I played, Blue Eyes was like fine. It was not as good as Red Eyes. Wait, I gotta set it to duo. I pretty much only use my PlayStation for Elden Ring because its online is better, it's less laggy, and there's significantly less hackers. Like, hackers on PlayStation 5 are like once in a blue moon. Gaming PC is so expensive. If you build it yourself, it's not too bad. But yeah, it's not. This is the exact same seed. Did they only make one seed for the mountain, dude? Maybe we should just not do the mountain. I don't even know, dude. What the fuck? I mean, normally they have 5 seeds for each event, so it's possible that we're just getting the 1 in 5. But I get the feeling there's less mountain seeds for this Everdark. Because that's whack, getting the exact same seed 3 times. I love trolls. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and before, this is just the only mountain seed that they have. Not very good starting items. I'm sure at some point something will come out on PlayStation that I care about. I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be on PS6, and I don't know if I want to buy a PS6. I don't really like consoles that much. I kind of forgot how to fucking play Raider. Yeah, I did want to bring Raider to this seed. It's just, obviously duo is totally different. Like, the enemies have a different amount of stagger resist and that kind of thing. It changes a lot. I find Raider is... He's the one character that I think is just unquestionably better in solo than in team. I think he's the best solo character. I mean, Iron Eye's insane, but, like, Raider is just nuts. I do not want a PS6. The thing is, I don't give a fuck about graphics, man. I'm sick of, like, having to do all this shit because people want prettier graphics for their fucking trailers and shit. I want the games to run good and to be fun. I don't give a crap about all this stupid, graphics fidelity nonsense. I mean, I know Sony was talking about PS6 recently. I don't think it's coming out tomorrow or anything, but... God, that was annoying. See if we can get a blueberry in here. Yep, that was easy. Let me check the other ones. I need some passives, for fuck's sakes. Damn it. Garbage. And like... I'm scared Duskbloods is just gonna be awesome and just be like, it sounds awesome, but like first off, I don't like the steampunk aesthetic at all. That's just not my scene. And then I do not want to buy a Switch 2 and pay for the online and all that dumb crap just to play Dust, because there's nothing else on that console I give even the slightest fuck about. I hate that we have the same seed though. It's so stupid. Rock! Oh, I fucked that up. But there we go. Damn it, I missed the crit, so I didn't get the extra souls. We're being outpaced by Wilder right now. Not by a lot, actually, though. That's actually about the same time Wilder did it. Although, no, we are being outpaced, though, because Wilder could jump across the map with the grapple hook, but what are you gonna do? It's certainly a rock, indeed. Okay, game. Very clever. Every time pizza shows up, I want pizza so bad, and I haven't had pizza in a really long time. That's an okay item. Ugh, God, I don't know what is wrong with this run today. That was so much damage. Yeah, there was no way. Like, I knew that the timing just wasn't gonna work. Just impossible. But see, like, if this was solo, that wouldn't have happened because we would have knocked that guy down a hit sooner. That's why, like, Raider is just so much better in solo. I don't think Raider's bad in co-op. I just don't think he's, like, anything special. Also, where the fuck is Marps? Wow, we're way down here. That is just terrible. Thank God for this shortcut right here, though. Really fun game. Really fair. Great balance. It's just crazy how stupid trolls are. I want to fucking slap FromSoft for this. And if, like, the trolls gave, like, just awesome runes and stuff, then you could at least put up with it. But they give crap. Like, it's the worst loot by far. I do enjoy being able to hit these guys in the face, though, with the melee weapon. He knocked me off my rock. Crazy, I haven't knocked him down yet. There we go. Get him out of here. Still better than Duchess, even though I'm doing two-player mode. God, dude, it's ridiculous. Like, there's nothing I can do. There's no magical way for that not to happen. This is so much worse than co-op. Like, not only are the enemies harder to kill, but like when I die, I have to wait so long to actually die. It just takes an extra 10 seconds to die. Wow, I just lost my souls. I didn't even think about that. Normally, I don't even think about it. Because you don't normally perma-die like that. That is huge damage, though. Look at that. And like that, they have, you know, slightly more HP. Yeah, I bet you in solo, I kind of want to try this. I bet you in solo, if you knock them down and crit them in the head like that, you probably just kill them. Especially if you hit them with like an R2 before you do the crit. Oh yeah, this one's already fucked up. This is just not right. Why am I losing so much life? That's crazy. I'm above it. All right, last one. Ooh, improved stance break. That'll offset the co-op stagger a little bit. Now, the dream is we kill the bottom guy, but because I'm level 4, I don't know about that. Really sucks that I lost a level and lost my souls. That's messed up. Of course. I'm just too low level. It's just crazy losing that much life. If I could have gotten a knock there, we might have been able to get him. Oh, I almost lost my souls there. Boy, this is going pretty terribly. Boy, are we not getting that dragon. At least I can finally level up here. Or the game could just not let me. There we go. What's funny is even though that went unbelievably bad, that still went almost exactly the same as the Duchess run. Man, I was really hoping to get a knock, and of course he's gonna run away. I don't get why I'm losing so much life. That's just insane. Like, I'm Raider for fuck's sakes. I mean, yeah, we're level 8, but not that bad. Fuck. Yeah, I figured I'd get him. Jesus, that damage. And you can have one more crit bonus too, and you could get a crit from your weapon, so you could do even more than that. Huh, he didn't do the explosion. When people are close to him, he pretty much always does it. Boom! I don't know if I can get it. Oh, well, backstab's good enough. That particle effect. Well, we chunkin'. Wow. Man, imagine that if he didn't have the extra stagger resist. I'd be even like, that's why Raider is just so fucking broken. It's ridiculous. And imagine if you could have, I've never seen this, but I want to see 3 Raiders that get the relic that makes them have more stagger if they're dual wielding, and then you dual wield big boy weapons. Like all 3 of them do that. I guess we kill the dragon. What? What the fuck? And then he just does it again. Love it. I know he's a dragon, but what if you didn't fly all the time? There we go. Get him out of here. That's an okay effect. Oh my god, the worms or whatever that spam the lava. I hate them so much. Yeah, if I was playing the dragon, I would constantly fly. Like, just no question. Just fly, 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 fly. Wow, we didn't get a key. That sucks. No matter what, I can never do more than 2 on this one. It's so rare that they don't drop keys. It's only like... I think the drop rate's 80%. That's any good. I never have and I never will give any like time to when people say, "Can I ask you a question?" Because you just asked a fucking question. Just ask the damn question in the first place. Changes nothing. Can I ask 2 questions? No wishing for more wishes. Yeah, we could totally get one of those Everjails over there in time. Get an extra 5%. Fuck! God damn it, dude. So close. Marps must have gotten a thing. You should probably just go do it. I don't think we have time now to like go all the way out there. Like what we needed is for me to get it there, then have already gone. It's such an awkward spot now. I don't know. We probably shouldn't do it. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, definitely not. No way. Yeah, it's like if I had gotten it from that one chest, it probably would have been worth it. But even then, I think it'd have been pushing it. God, Dark Souls 2. Hate that game so much. I like Fume Knight, though. Royal Red Authority. Oh, man. The hell hit me? Oh, I guess the roll did. Woo! God, if I had the other relic that gave crit, I think I would have killed him right there. I love how, like, obviously bad PvP is for a gacha game, right? Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see why that's not, like, good. And almost all of them have it. Because people are dumb as fuck. And, like, will wail. Like, they'll wail like mad. So they feel like, you know, they're top dog in fucking Epic 7 or whatever. It's dumbest shit ever, dude. And there's just no integrity to it at all, right? Like, it is so obvious why so many of these games do it. Yeah, the money's too good to pass. That is the thing, like, it as, like, ridiculous as it is and everything else, it does make a lot of fucking money. Did I not loot this? I remember killing him. I guess it was just all garbage. It doesn't even matter, though. I guarantee, like, that game is not, like, super popular, but, like, I guarantee you there's still people wailing because of it. Right? The PvP is not actually important in a lot of those games. But people still get all e-penisy about it and gotta wail on everything to have a 5% advantage and blah, 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 blah. Every gacha game ever, I always have to listen to the community say their PvP is fine and it's not like the others, and every time it is exactly like the others. Like card games, you know, like the business model of card games is so bad for making a good card game. If I was gonna make my own game, I would never make a gacha game. It's like no shot. Although if I was like outrageously rich, right, so you can have multiple projects in the works and stuff, I might have one like on the side just to like do that shit right, but holy fuck no. Like if I was gonna go through all the effort of putting a team together and, you know, all that work, gacha game is not it. Well, I got all the frostbite resistance. Oh, I should have leveled. Makes me real sad is like Arc Knights I think is the best ran gacha game, but the power creep is just destroying that game. That's why I don't play it anymore. It's like, it's just so lame the way, like, everything is designed now. Like, the game's really fair about, like, you know, monetization and skins and all that stuff. It's all done well. And adding new game modes and stuff. Like, the power creep is just way too much. And we never got a weapon worth a fuck. I don't know if we have time to get that. I doubt it. We can... Yeah, no. I didn't think so. Not a lot left for us to do. Guess I'll kill shit over here. It sucks I didn't get a better weapon, but it just happens sometimes. I actually find Raider is the most locked into what weapon he uses. Because, like, Wilder is nice to use a greatsword because of the flame thing and all that, but it's not that big of a deal. And you can just not use that relic if you want. And like Duchess can use, you know, all kinds of things that scale with Dex or Int, right? No problem. But like Raider pretty much has to use one of the big boy weapons because if you don't have good knockdown, you're just doing it wrong. There's just like no reason not to have the good knockdown. Man, I was really hoping for, oh, hey, proof criticals. Nice. We're actually a little bit lighter on souls than I thought we were. We'll get 15, but it'd be nice to grab a few kills here just to sure up the consumables. My PS5 is hooked up to my PC monitor. And it's a pretty decent sized screen. I do that because it's easier to use a capture card that way. And like, I don't really want to buy a TV, so it's like, what's the difference? We are pushing it a little bit on souls here. Would have been nice if we had killed the guy down there. Castle was kind of scuffed. My teammates spent the entire time on the floor. I know that feeling. Yeah, TVs are more for if you want to do stuff with like friends and family for sure, I would say. Some people like, though, like, maybe they're working on homework or, you know, something for work or just chilling and they kind of want the TV on the side and they don't have to, because like if you're watching YouTube or Twitch or something, you know, you have to put a degree of effort into like deciding what you want to watch and crap like that. And some people don't want to do that. Some people, they just like, yeah, turn on and just whatever is on and, you know, they just play that in the background and focus on something else. Not really my shtick, but like I get it. Dancer, have mercy. I got ooh, fuck. I got 20% more stagger. Wow, no stagger. Oh, there we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No, I triple crit damage. Just slightly too slow. Oh boy, oh boy. Marp's got that shit. I like how we both missed. Like we're both doing these big fancy, you know, high commitment moves and we both missed completely. Yeah, I think you're right. Dancer does seem smaller in this game. Like our characters might be bigger. I think that might be part of it, but yeah, that's what Poi was saying, and I think he's right. Okay, we don't have loads of extra souls, but it'll work out. A little sparse. This is certainly a run of all time. I don't even remember what game that company you're a part of was making. I don't even remember. Does Cartoon Network even exist anymore? I have to imagine the, I don't know how they could survive. Woo! That was close. Damn. I can't get my health back either. It's too far. Very bad start. Oh, come on. That's terrible luck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No stamp. Oh, come on. Hit the roll. This didn't come out in time. Oh, we're in trouble. Might be cooked. I do not understand why I keep getting hit by this shit. Like, I'm rolling and it's just like, nah, brah. I would never work for Lizangle. They pay terribly and, no staff. Fuck that. That is so bullshit that that hit me. I really don't get this attack. There just seems to be like absolutely no way to avoid it. Yeah, there's things I like about Type Moon, but overall, I think their involvement in video games is incredibly toxic and garbage. They're like, everything they've contributed to like all the Fate video games is so bad. Like they just, Nasu and them just don't understand video games, like truly. Like listening to the publisher of Arc Sys, like Arc Systems, like NA publisher, what they've talked about, it's just, it's insane. Like, I know a lot of art types, like actors and stuff, and writers and that kind of thing, and like, they need to be working, Marps, don't walk into the crystals. But they need to be like working with people that keep them practical and pragmatic. Because to left of their own devices, they'll just do incredibly stupid shit that is like very bad for business and physics. And like Type Moon was just like too successful and they have too much pull and things that they don't understand. It's like you don't want a writer running your nuclear program. It just does not fucking work. Oh, okay. I don't really get why that killed me, but sure. That was basically impossible. There was just no way we were beating that. Whoops. Nah, it's not that good. All right, let me see if that fixes your thing, Marps. Because like clearly you have the dragon downloaded. Man, I need better relics though. This red one is not it. Basically doing nothing. But yeah, it's really important in a company's structure, like if they're making things like TV shows, anime, video games, you need the right like give and take, push and pull of your pragmatic people, your engineers or your coders and that kind of stuff. And like the art people matter, they do, right? That's where you're going to get your good writing and your your emotional beats and stuff. Like they absolutely matter. But if they get out of control, it destroys things. I've never seen like projects do well when the artist side of it runs rampant. And generally I don't think things go great when the engineer side goes rampant. That's how you get the fucking Demon Souls remake, where they just vandalize all of the art of the original Demon Souls, right? That's a great example of like the engineering side going too far. Yeah, you've got to have that balance. And it's kind of like George R.R. Martin, right? When he wasn't a super successful writer, he had to listen to reason, right? He had to put books out on a certain time frame, even if he wasn't happy with them, right? When you know, it's the starving artist thing, right? It motivates the hell out of you. But as George R. R. Martin became bigger and bigger, and then basically became a celebrity, he just like you can just tell he's way too picky, he's way too complacent. And he doesn't fucking put anything out. He's been working on the same book for like 20 years, right? It's crazy, right? Like if you're, you know, in a situation where you can't do that, right? You have to listen to your editor or you got to pay the bills and stuff. Shit gets done, right? But yeah, Type Moon is in a similar situation where they're just too successful and they can just get away with murder because they've been involved in too many video game projects now for me not to say this. It's not a coincidence. Like they're dumb. They just, the way they influence game development is incredibly stupid. Almost everything I've ever heard about like what they wanted to do or what their input was or how they affected the publishing and stuff, it's all garbage. Like super fucking garbage. Yeah, from Extella Link to Tsukihime and all that kind of stuff. Like because they're not video game developers. And that's fine, right? They're not video game developers, they're writers. And the problem is, a smart person knows like what they know and what they don't know, right? So if you're a writer, you need to accept that you're a fucking writer and you don't understand video game development, right? And then the video game dev needs to understand that they're not a fucking writer and they shouldn't be telling the writer how to do the dialogue, right? And shit like that. The problem is when a lot of times when people are rich and successful and stuff like that, they're just too big for their britches and they just can't, like it happened to George Lucas, right? With the prequels, right? Just too much power. No one could say no to him. And that's where you get some of the just like laughable issues in the prequels and stuff. But yeah, Nasu is just out of his fucking mind. I don't... Like, dude, every time I have to listen to, like, his input on video games, I'm like, you have to be kidding me, right? It's like, you've got to be kidding me. And I'm sorry, the proof's in the pudding, right? Fate Extella is a terrible game. Fate Extella Link is a terrible game. Fate Extra is a terrible game, right? I don't think I need to talk about FGO, right? And, like, Fate Samurai is a little bit better than some of these other games, but it's still incredibly shallow and full of just garbage, right? There's so many things wrong. I like Caligula. It's fun. I did it with Wilder and Duchess, and it's a little easy. Like, I beat it first try. Which, I mean, here's the thing. If you beat a boss first try, that's not like the end of the world. Like sometimes it's a good thing. It normally means like the telegraphing is fair and stuff like that. No dragon? What's there for you if the dragon's not there? I don't even know what to say. Maybe reset the PS5 entirely. I do envy, though, like some of the smaller devs, because like smaller devs can just. I mean, it's give and take, right? Because like smaller devs right now are limited in the kind of game genres they can tackle, right? Like the technology for a small team is not there for them to do any game that they want. But they don't have to deal with publishers and insanity like that, and that's where a lot of the stupidity comes from, right? Is when you've got like publishers and big budgets and people wanting to have their say when they don't know what they're talking about. That's where you get a lot of like dictation from people that don't know what they're talking about, right? And that's where like FromSoft is really lucky that they've got such a good working relationship with Bamco, because I've seen a lot of people from Bamco talk about this. Like Bamco gives them the biggest leash ever. They don't really tell FromSoft anything, because they're really aware that FromSoft just knows what they're doing, and you know they shouldn't get involved with stuff they don't understand, because obviously Souls games are really like different than most games. So Bamco is just like, nope, we don't know what we're talking about with Souls games, so we'll let FromSoft do whatever they want, right? And we'll just give them the money and we'll help them with the marketing, and they just let them do what they want. But that's not normal. That's not normal at all, right? Like that's an incredibly rare circumstance where like the publisher understands the developer like that and trusts the developer like that, and doesn't like try to put their fucking hands in the pie and crap like that. And like indies don't have to worry about that, but they also don't have as much money. They don't have, you know, the technology to do whatever they want. So it's really give and take. But personally, I have definitely liked a lot more indie games and like small games than anything from the big boys. It's just not even close. Indies have been killing it, and as technology gets better, I think indies are going to start doing better and better, because it's going to be easier for them to do you know, game genres and stuff that they couldn't. But yeah, everyone I know that has worked in AAA, I mean, it's just awful. I mean, it's just like all these like all these, like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, and all these like issues with publishers and stuff. I mean, it just sounds awful. And like if you're a coder, right, you're kind of just clocking in, right? It just does not sound great. And like this, you see this in business, because I've done a lot of business in my life. When you have large corporations, like not like a mom and pop store, not like a locally owned corner store, but like, you know, big brands, you know, your Walmarts and stuff like that. Walmart's maybe not the best example, but you've got like pharmacies and things like that. They're owned by these really large corporations, like, you know, what's it, like Blackwater or whatever, and Vanguard and all that. And a lot of these higher up suits and stuff, they don't know anything about the businesses that they own. They don't. They've never worked in that environment. They don't know like what actually works, right? And they just dictate from on high some of the most like insane fucking, you know, things that are just and they only are successful because they have like such a stranglehold on the market, and they have so much money, and they can like destroy their competition with volume. Like mom and pop stores can't compete, not because mom and pop stores don't know better. They do know better, but they can't compete with the prices and like the strong arming and just like the resources and like the location volume and stuff. But like these corporations actually a lot of times are bad, right, at their own job, right? They're not good at running the businesses that they own. And video games are the same way. A lot of these publishers just have no fucking idea what they're doing. Like Sony is dumb as hell, right? Like Sony makes incredibly stupid decisions, but they get away with it because they have such a large like share of the market, right? I do think video games are a little bit different though. Like in things like indie games thrive where like mom and pop stores don't anymore, right? And so like indie devs and like even things like kind of like medium-sized devs and stuff, they can be a real threat to AAA, where you don't really see that in a lot of business in like the real world. God, EA, Activision, Ubisoft. I can't even remember the last game any of those big publishers put out that was any good. Like, I don't like Nintendo. I don't like Nintendo at all. I think they're actually one of the scummiest, if not the scummiest, of all the big devs. And subjectively, they don't really make games that I care about, but they still put out decent quality. You know, I know they put out that Donkey Kong game, and I'm not interested in it at all, but it looked like it was, you know, decently well made and that kind of thing. And so I'll at least give them that. Oh god, Blizzard. That's a company of all time. Jesus, the amount of horror stories from developers there and just like how that company is run is just absolute madness. Why is the mountain here again? Although it's a different seed this time. But what the fuck? I didn't even... That's just a random proc because I didn't turn it on. So that is just pure randomness. Yeah, Blizzard basically doesn't exist anymore. It's not even Activision Blizzard, it's just Activision. They only put the Blizzard in the name for like branding and marketing and stuff, but it's just completely Activision. You know, they are run 100% the way Activision wants it to be ran, and that's that. And, like, they put all the people in charge now and that kind of thing. Yeah, it's pretty sad. That's the sad fate, though, of most IPs that become big successes, and that almost happened to FromSoft. They almost got bought. And it'll happen at some point. Because the problem with FromSoft is they don't own themselves. That's the sad truth. It's easy to forget that because everyone they work with gives them such a large lead. Because they're owned by Katakawa, right? And Katakawa is, like Bamco, smart enough to not get involved at all, right? They're like, we don't get it, we don't understand it, but they're so great, everyone loves them. So, you know, we'll just fuck it up. So they just stay out of it. Katakawa doesn't do a damn thing. They just help pay the bills, and that's that. But at some point, because FromSoft can't say no if Katakawa gets bought. That's the thing, and that's what's almost happened is Katakawa almost got bought. So yeah, at some point it's gonna happen. Like, FromSoft is too popular, right? Like, Katakawa obviously values them a lot, but like if someone offers to buy Katakawa for some unbelievable amount of money, you know, it is going to get sold at some point, and that's when the party ends for FromSoft. Yeah, Sony got like 12% or something like that. This boss can be so annoying. Like, his attack cadence can just be like perfect. So many of the Elden Ring enemies, like their attack cadences are just designed to make it so you just have to wait a really long time. Like, if you try to heal or swing back and all that, you just get hit again at the perfect timing, like over and over. How have I not knocked him down? I've hit him with Retaliate like twice, and I've hit him with like a million jump attacks. Crazy that he died as like he got knocked down. This is very biased, what I'm about to say, because I get along better with engineer type people, right? I get along better with that kind of like mindset more so than artist types. But I know, like, personally, like 3 people that are game devs or game dev adjacent, like artists and stuff, that in North America got out of game development or don't want to do it anymore because... One second. I need to not die here. Anyway, they got out of it because in North America, like, the culture in video games is like kind of insane, right? It's like, it's all like that HR kind of gone wrong kind of environment. And it's not very welcoming to engineer types, which is kind of funny because they're incredibly important for video games. Because video games are so technical. But yeah, I know a lot of people that, because the North American culture is the way that it is, they just cannot really stand working in the video game industry, which I think is really sad. However, like I said, there is the opposite where, like, the engineer side gets out of control and you get games like the fucking Demon's Souls remake, which is just like, holy fuck. Wow, that's crazy that killed me. Those guys with the red glow, though, do a lot of damage, and I didn't level up. That was the last guy, too. That was literally the last enemy. Damn. That took quite a while for just a 10,000 soul one. Oh boy, let's see. Got a second key. I don't know how to route this. But yeah, the video game industry is in a very whack spot right now. But that's, honestly, that's pretty common, like, the music industry over time, you know, the movie industry over time and stuff. When things get big and popular and money, they normally just get really fucked up. Very few exceptions to that. I think video games, though, really have a good out just because of indie devs. And as technology improves, right, indie devs are going to be able to do more and more. So the stupidity of the big devs is just going to fall by the wayside, hopefully. We'll see, though. The big thing about indie devs, though, is no matter how good technology gets, they don't have the money to do marketing, right, to like a large amount, where the big boys always will. So that's always going to be an issue. But I think there's like no denying it, man. Like the indie game scene is so much healthier than like the indie music scene or something like that, right? Like it's very hard for anyone to be a breakout success in the indie music scene or the indie movie scene or these other industries where it's really not the case for video games. I don't know what the fuck to do here. Oh my god, it's trolls again. Oh my god. That makes me so angry. Holy fuck, that's so bad. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. Indie devs can catch on from, like, streamers and stuff, right? Like, that's happened. There's been indie games that the big streamers play, and it catches on, and then other people play it, and so on and so forth, and it does super well. But, like, movies don't, and music don't really have that. I mean, occasionally there's a breakout hit for, like, indie music and stuff, but, like, that is so much more rare than indie games. Like, indie games do well all the time. Man, made the second R2 miss. What a weird interaction there. I don't think I'm playing this map very well. Very awkward map, though. And God, I think another issue in game development, and I've seen so many people quit game development and talk about this, is a lot of the big game companies try to do everything by like fucking committee. That does not fucking work. Like, Jesus Christ, you need one chef in the kitchen. Now, you know, you need push and pull on like, you know, where you allocate things and that kind of stuff. But like, I think that's a big issue like WoW has, like in Blizzard, right? They're always like, they have 5,000 people trying to pull for 5,000 different things in the game instead of having like a coherent vision of like, okay, this is what, you know, we're about. I think that's a huge issue, because when you have like X person championing, you know, a certain ideology, another person championing another ideology, someone championing a certain style of gameplay, someone championing another style of gameplay, that doesn't work, right? That makes like incoherent messes. Sometimes you need to like, okay, this is head chef, everything is in service to head chef, and that's basically what FromSoft does. Like, when whoever their lead dev is, if it's Miyazaki or whoever, you know, they go with that, right? They everything services what that person's vision is. Now, obviously, you know, you have to work within certain confines. Like, obviously, you know, you have your budget and that kind of shit, but But yeah, that's like a real issue where everyone's trying to, like, all the big devs, obviously, like indie devs don't really have this issue, but like big devs are always trying to do things by committee and like certain, because it's like producers, right? You have like producers saying, oh, you need to make sure you include this game mechanic because that was really that's what happened to that Project BBQ game that got turned into that was so fucked. But anyway, they were making that like Vandictus style game, and then Elden Ring was really successful. So then the like big shots that aren't actually game devs were like, oh, you got to incorporate things from like Elden Ring. That's like really popular. And like these is coming from people that don't understand anything about the game that they're making, right? And so they basically had to scrap the game entirely, and they ended up making The Last Berserker instead. And it's just because, you know, the higher ups were like, oh, make it like Elden Ring, like when they were already really far into development. It's just like, what the fuck? I don't think it's a crazy take at all. I mean, some people are going to disagree with me, obviously, but I think the proof's in the pudding, because rule by committee is the standard design philosophy. Wow, I really need a reset here. But rule by committee is like the standard design philosophy of AAAs like Activision and EA and Ubisoft, and look how that's going. And then you have devs like FromSoft that do the opposite, and that works a lot better. I can think of endless examples of games, at least in my opinion, that are good. Now, someone else might think those games are bad, which, you know, that obviously, you know, that's the subjective aspect coming in. But I can't even think of a game that I think is good that is run by committee. And it's one of the more common reasons that devs quit Activision and devs like that is because, like, you can't get anything fucking done. Like, you need to service a singular vision, but then you need to also, like, for, like, movies, for example, right? You need to serve a singular vision, but then you need to listen to, like, your props department, right? So, like, the props department is working towards that singular vision, right? But they're also going to tell you, look, this isn't possible. You can't, you know, there's no way we're going to get this done. You got to find another, you know, route, right? And you got to listen to your, you know, your stage people and stuff. But they need they need to be servicing the greater goal, right? I don't see any argument or how it's a good idea to have like 8 people all trying to get their idea into the project, right? That's how you get some of these like horrible Marvel movies, for example, right? All these Marvel movies have like, you know, 4 or 5 producers that have their own like pet ideology or viewpoint or story beat that they want to put into the movie, even if it doesn't, you know, service the movie very well. Right, opposed to you have head chef that's like, this movie is about this theme, and this theme, right? It's about this. Now, that person, you know, can't be a dictator, and they need to listen to, again, like their props department people and their CGI people and so on and so forth, and not try to, you know, accomplish things that are fucking impossible, right? But that's not like committee. You know, committee is where it's like, okay, we've got like 6 people that are all trying to champion all these fucking different things, and so you're movie or game turns out to be a Frankenstein monster. Yeah, it's like the too many chefs is a saying for a reason. And again, it's the same thing in business, right? You don't have 5 CEOs for a reason. And a lot of times when companies get fucked up, it's because they're trying to you have all these people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, trying to put their pet why is the mountain spawning again? I wonder if this just has a higher proc rate. It would make sense because, you know, Caligo is an ice dragon, but Jesus Christ. I might have to, like, spawn something different just to make sure it is something different, like the crater or something like that. And to be frank, the only people I ever see defending the creation through committee are the types that are the problem, frankly. Like, it's normally the people that want their input and want their influence over the project. That's, you know, not even their project and whatnot. Like, generally, when you listen to, like, you know, directors and, you know, all of these people, the developers that quit Activision or what have you, you know, that's like why they quit it. That's such a common reason that directors like lose their fucking mind, is because you have all these fucking producers that don't understand, you know, what they're making, trying to be like, oh, well, make sure you put this thing in because that tests well with the audience and blah, 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 like that kind of nonsense. And obviously, again, it's subjective, right? Because like because some of the, like Marvel, for example, you know, some of the Marvel movies that I think are atrocious, right? That are made by committee, someone might like, right? I think they're crap, right? But like someone else might be like, no, I like this thing, right? Which at that point is just like fair enough, you know, people have their own take on it. But to me, every time I, you know, see these committee projects, they're garbage. I mean, good producers generally like know their place, right? They know where to keep the project practical and that kind of stuff, but they generally let the you know, the director who's like, you know, or the writer that's got like their project and their vision, right? The good ones let them do that. There are some cases though of like projects that go through development hell, right? There's some miracle end up turning out good and stuff like that, like even though they're like kicking and screaming the whole way. But I mean, that's the exception. I think that proves the rule, not the other way around. Yeah, like Relink sounds insane. Like the development history of that game is just nuts. But I think things like Relink, you know, they absolutely happen, but that is definitely the exception that proves the rule. Whoops. Oh, that's a waste of time. And no, I'm not conflating these things. It's just a principle. Like the principle of too many chefs in the kitchen is just a principle I abide by. And throughout my career, it has been true way more times than not. And again, of course, there's exceptions. There is nothing in life that doesn't have some exceptions. Like nothing. There's no rule that is going to be 100% of the time, all the time. But that's no reason to like throw the rules out or act like the exception is the rule. This is a very common thing I see, is when you have like an obvious truth and then people, because of their own personal experience or desires, don't want to accept it, and they try to use very rare exceptions to disprove it, which that's backwards. I mean, some people enjoy the first 20 hours, right? But it is true that the first 20 hours of Relink basically have nothing to do with the rest of the game. I mean, that game was a Frankenstein's monster, right? And it's not, you know, it's not without flaw, right? That, like the inventory system and shit like that. You know, a lot of its growing pains are rather obvious. You know, that game, you know, they even admitted it, went through absolute development hell. And it's got some real issues because of that, but it is definitely a miraculous success story. I mean, it literally switched hands, right? They literally had a bunch of different developers, and it changed around a bunch of times. I mean, that's a recipe for disaster. You know, but it did thankfully come together in a decently good product. But yeah, I mean, there is a really obvious shift from like the first, you know, the main story in the first 20 hours or so. There's such an obvious shift from that into, you know, the more Monster Hunter style of it. I'd be interested to know more about the final steps, though, because obviously, you know, we know it changed hands a lot and it had all these issues, but I'd be interested to see, like, the final team and everything that was like, okay, you know, we're in charge of this now. I'd be interested to see like how they handled things, right, to bring it together, and then like what were they working with. I'd be really interested in that. Oof. But yeah, business. art, all that stuff. I think you gotta have, on average, you need to have a head chef that is like dictating what the vision, the goal is, and then the other, you know, everything under it needs to be servicing those goals. And then your leader like that, though, needs to be listening to the people that know what the fuck they're talking about in their field. It's like you're trying to put a play together, right? And you have like lofty goals and things you want to do with the lighting, but like your lighting department's like, this is not going to happen in the time frame. You know, this is just not reasonable. Then you need to be able to listen to that. Here's a great example, right? I always like reality, right? Because reality is kind of like, it filters out things that don't work. There's a reason why ships aren't run by committee, right? There's a really good reason for that, because you need to, when you got to be pragmatic like that. Where the fuck is my grace, by the way? But anyway, when you got to be really pragmatic and get shit done like that, you know, you need a fucking singular leader. Like, if you try to run a ship on by committee, that's just doomed to fail. And the same for like chefs and stuff. There's a reason why kitchens aren't run by committee. Real heroes beat Ice Dragon with Frost. Can you frostbite, Caligo? Because I didn't try, but if I had to bet, I would say no, or you can, but it takes an hour and a half. Wait, I should be doing Everjails. I don't know why I'm not doing Everjails. I'm kind of just like brainlessly killing shit. Ugh, garbage. I was trying to get a big boy weapon that was a purple, so I didn't have to go to a mine. Man, I don't know what to do here. Too many options. Well, if it isn't banished, I mean, Crucible Knights. Man, if I was playing smart, I would have just gone to a mine, make this thing a purple, and then come here and then fought these guys. There was no need to do really any of the other nonsense that I did. Blabbing too much, not paying attention. Huh. Thought I would be able to roll there. Hey, this was a perfectly good seed. I just made bad decisions. Although I am in the camp that Banished Knights are the best castle for Raider because you can just stagger the living shit out of them. Oh, that's not good. I will say, in every Raider run I've gotten, an Ultra has not dropped the entire time. Well, maybe I missed one, like I didn't notice. Ooh. Oh, what a mess. Bad decisions on my part. Yeah, I think I should have gone to a mine, got purple, and gone straight to castle, and just killed shit. Because none of the loot that dropped really mattered at all. That is kind of the thing with camps, is it's kind of a gamble. It's like, if they drop a good passive or a good weapon type for you, then they're totally worth the time. But if they don't, then they're really not. Oh wow, I forgot to... Oh wow, fuck. No key! Ugh! Shit! Okay, well, we go there. And then probably do a little bit of castle. Oh god, I forgot to get the church. Oh, what a mess. Password issues, eh? Oh, that's something I don't enjoy about the modern world. 10,000 passwords for everything. That is such a silly animation, dude. It's also a much worse attack than the Elden Ring equivalent. I love Raider, but man, all of his unique attacks are really bad. They're just really slow, and they have like these huge holes. Like on the left and down, obviously, the hitbox is like super shitty, and that second swing is super slow, and it's just this really thin hitbox. It's also short, right? It's just bad. Duchess is the only character that I think just got an upgrade with her unique moveset. Although the running R2 on this is pretty sick. Yeah, I know. That's why everyone spams jumping R1, is because the other moves are bad. I will say that's why the colossal swords are nice though, because for some reason Raider doesn't adjust their moveset, so they get the normal moveset, and it's so much better. Oh wow. Our boy Godric. That is such a bad move. Yeah, I will say, I think Godric is more fun in regular Elden Ring. Like, it's neat that he's got a lot of new attacks in Nightreign, but the attacks they're replacing were honestly better. Wow. Look at that damage. Yeah, dude, I like Godric in Nightreign, or in Elden Ring. Like, The only issue with him is he is kind of easier than Margit. And like a lot of people struggle a lot with Margit. So you have this crazy fight with Margit and then you fight Godric and he's easier. And it's like, what the fuck? Okay, this is not the enemy that I wanted to deal with when I've only got 3 flasks. Lol. Oh god. Good thing I was Raider for that one. That damage reduction just saved my ass. Woo! Bleed proc. No one likes bats. Fucking vampires. I never understood that. Bats. Wow, that magic blast fucked me up. Green's not a Twilight fan, definitely not. But I don't really like vampires, you know, beyond even that. Human bat hybrids are just not it. I like the attack. Damn, I was really hoping for something better than that. Damn. I guess we go back to the castle, then we go up here. I'm so far away, though. I just played this wrong. This could have easily been a great run. I just... dumb. Big stupid. And like, I don't... oh, fuck, I didn't get the churches. And if... that is the one weakness of Raider, in my opinion, is you are pretty reliant on churches, because you can't, like, hit trade and face tank and stuff if you can't heal back up. That's the only weakness of Raider, though. Oh my god, you have got to be kidding me right now. And that's in the opposite direction of the mountain. Libra, you little shit. You know, I actually liked having the other half of my life. I'm gonna try to kill him. Fuck it. I messed up so much in this run that I'm not really expecting it to go well anyway, so... it's not your week, Libra. You might be next, though. We'll see. Damn it, it made my thingies go off early. Wow. What'd I say? Where's my knockdown? Ooh. That's what happens when you don't have your health. Fucking goats. Okay, run's over. I didn't pick up my souls. Rip. I kind of knew the run was over, though. I just did day one so poorly. Like, I didn't get the churches. Like, there was no way to get done what I needed done there. We could have ran it back, though, if I didn't die there. Because we kill him, obviously, that'd been a big boon. And then I could have ran and grabbed the churches towards the mountain. I wouldn't have gotten a lot done in the mountain, but you know, you don't have to get a lot done. My heart just wasn't really in it. Oh, what other Nero in Tsukihime? Let's do Crater. I love Crater. And I don't do it solo very often. Right, there we go. Okay. So there's brand new bosses coming this year, right? Not just hard modes, but like just straight up brand new bosses. But they didn't say when. They just said this year. People are thinking December, but we'll find out. Legendary candlestick. That'd be awesome if I got that thing. That'd be sick. I like how we won first try with Wilder and Duchess. But to be fair, I'm not really, like, I was really focused and trying hard on them. I'm not really trying that hard on Raider. I'm just fucking around. I'll probably try a bit harder now, though. Okay. Interesting spawn. Probably go for that Everjail, so I'm in a better spot with the churches. Grab all that shit. Okay, we go, I think there. So we may not do that many Everjails. I will say, if you do Crater and things like that, because it cuts into your Everjails, you don't necessarily have to bring the Everjail relic. Depends. Like, if you can get 2 done, it's still really nice. Hate those guys. They waste a lot of time with the teleporting. I was trying to swing at the guy behind me and it locked onto the guy way out there. Damn, this is awkward. Not really sure. I think I should have gone to the Everjail first, then gone to the church. I don't know. God, speaking of not liking committees, look at fucking HOAs. Oh my god. I know some people, you know, think that's good, but I don't at all. I think HOAs are just like cancer. The only people that I know of that like HOAs are the people on the HOA. It's pretty rare that the people in the neighborhood are like, yeah, this is awesome. Why is this guy always spawning? I find him to be pretty hard in comparison to the big guy. The what now? Homeowners Association. It's very common in like neighborhoods now. They've always been a thing, but they've just become more and more common. Or like if you live in some kind of neighborhood, you have like a committee that basically tells you a bunch of bullshit you have to do, like power trip and nonsense. There's starting to be a lot of pushback against them, though. People are getting, like, sick of that nonsense. My HOA doesn't let me jack my car up. What? Yeah, there's a lot of HOAs out where I live. They're so obnoxious. And it's always, like, Karens just power tripping. It's ridiculous. And like, you know, over time it becomes like a clique kind of thing where like, you know, they're only going to let new people into the HOA that have, you know, the viewpoint and, you know, whatnot that they want. Kind of like Reddit, so. Yeah, I like having to follow zoning laws and things like that that are, you know, the law, not what, you know, Karen says, you know, how you have to keep your property. I'm not really big on that. They're not paying my property taxes, so. Thankfully, the property I rent out is not in an HOA because it is such a nightmare to be a landlord in an area that has an HOA. Like, you do not want any of that. It is absolutely horrible. It's not good for the tenants either, generally. I try very hard to be a fair landlord and care about what my tenants care about. Damn, we didn't get a blue thing. That sucks. Ah, fuck, this is awkward as hell. And the thing with like art, the real issue with, because again, input is fine, feedback is fine, guidelines is fine, right? But you need a singular vision, right? And again, like if any good leader is going to listen to the people in their fields that know more than they do in that field, like be a moron not to. But it's like what will happen a lot, and you see this Activision, Activision will have all, you know, they do things by committee in a lot of their games. And you have Karen and Bob and Jill and all vying for, like, you know, their politics to be represented, or their design philosophy to be represented, or their, you know, gameplay to be represented and whatnot. And it's a mess. It's just an absolute mess. And of course, you know, when you have, like, you know, a singular leader type structure, you know, that's obviously going to result in some movies, games, books, whatever, that some people aren't going to like, right? But in my opinion, to make anything of real value, you have to risk pissing some people off, right? When you try to, like, appease everyone, like, okay, we give 25% to Bill and 25% to Karen, and we try to, like, you know, make this Frankenstein thing that appeals to as many people as possible, that's not... There's, like, generally, you know, there's exceptions, but generally there's not a lot of soul in that. And I think if you really want to say something with art, you have to risk pissing people the hell off. And just like, you know, some games or movies or books or whatever might piss me off, right? They might have a setup I don't like, and then but that's fine, right? It's kind of like, imagine you're making like a cartoon, like, you know, Powerpuff Girls or some shit back in the day. You don't want me having input on that, right? Like, absolutely not. I love it just getting hit by a pot, and then the millisecond it's over, getting hit by another pot. Great. Because, like, imagine I'm somebody that, just to give myself some credit here, I think I'm actually good at, like, knowing where I'm not needed, right? Like, I wouldn't try to put an input on a Powerpuff Girls kind of show, or like a magical girl anime or whatever. I'm so aware that that's not my scene, and I'm not going to be in sync with the viewers and stuff at all. So I'm very aware of, like, the things I like and want and stuff are just not, that's not it. But if I wasn't like that, and I was trying to put my ideas into a show like that, you know, this is not going to end well, right? Okay, these are not compatible weapon types, damn it. Pro NBA players, I know, dude, they're ridiculous. And they're not worth a lot of souls! That was extra fucked, though, like, that I was getting, like, the double hits there and stuff. That was super messed up. I don't know why we've gotten, trolls so much. I guarantee you, if you could get the stats, there's a correlation between, trolls, especially in like pug runs, 3-man pug runs, the trolls spawning and runs failing. And even in solo, I bet you it results in more things failing. Actually, they might even be worse for solo, because in group, you might have the potential of the trolls not attacking the same target. It's hard to say, because I think an optimized, actually I know this, like I've played the game enough to know this, an optimized 3-man group, even if they're strangers, but it's like 3 people that are good at the game, will generally outperform a solo, right? And obviously luck can change things and that kind of stuff, but like your souls per minute on average and things like that is better in a 3-man. And so you can weather like things going wrong. And you got more wiggle room for like the trolls not giving you as many souls and stuff like that. So they might potentially handle it better. But there's a lot of 3-mans that, you know, have problems, period. I don't think the norm is 3-mans being everyone knows what they're doing. And so if the run has already got problems, right, and then you get trolls, that just limits your soul gain a lot. I don't know, there's a lot of interesting variables in Nightreign. Yeah, what I try to do is when it's trolls, I try to get away from the group. I let them fight whatever they're fighting, troll X, and I go try to fight troll Y. The only problem is if they suddenly stop fighting that troll and then follow me, then there can be problems. That's what I always try to do, and it generally does well enough. I don't know what damage type these are. I'll be fire. Spicy. Basically had to ult there, unfortunate. I hate Raider's ult, dude. It's better than Duchess's, but like, god damn, man. If you could just click it again to cancel it, it'd be great. Right? And especially if the aura remained, the attack up aura remained, then it'd be an amazing ultimate. 18% on crits, that's tempting. Or just 6% all the time. I guess I take the 6% all the time, because that makes the crit stronger too. You know, it's nice, chat, when you have some kind of a attack up effect that will apply to the many different types of damage you might do. It's just like a universal thing. That's good. I'm only level 9, dude. I did such a large chunk of the castle, and I killed that bonus enemy, but... Trolls, man! Me jumping over that guy. Oh, hello again. Yeah, I figured he was gonna get knocked down. Oh, the damage. Oh my god, and he's still in phase 1. Oh, baby. I think I saved my powered up retaliate and ult for the time limited part. Actually, let me look at the map. Let's see, what do I want to do? Probably go back to the castle and go up there. Yeah, okay. Wait a minute, though. I do want to get a... I'd love to get an Everjail done. That's going to be pushing it a bit. Alrighty. Good try, Godric. Maybe in Tarnished Edition. God, they need to change boss loot. That's one of the most universally agreed upon things I've seen, is just the boss loot is so bad in these games. It's just weird, like killing a generic camp has just an infinitely higher chance of giving you something good than a boss. The bosses are just loaded with just weird garbage. Also, you should be able to get Storm Ruler in the regular game, but it should be really rare. Like, really fucking rare. But, like, every once in a while, having dumb shit like that in a roguelike is great. Oh, man. One of those extra souls. Oh! It's so broken. Jump attack, OP. Okay. Honestly, we might skip the castle and just go straight to the crater, because we're so far away. Yeah, I do love Godric's theme. I like Godric's theme, the main theme, like the title screen theme, so good. For like regular Elden Ring. Well, and Nightreign too. Godskin Duo. Like overall, like Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring do not have my favorite soundtracks of FromSoft at all, right? Like a lot of the songs are kind of just generic bombastic stuff, but there's some real gems in them, you know, like Pontiff's theme and Twin Princes and stuff. And I don't think any of the music's bad. I don't think any of the music's bad. But like, that's just kind of the vibe they go for. Nightreign really shook that up, and I love it. Nightreign's soundtrack is just incredible. It's nice. I really like how they've changed it up. From the more, like the very typical like bombastic stuff they've been doing in a lot of the Souls games for a while. Big fan. Like just having, and like some of the music is bombastic when it fits, right? But the music is just so tailored to the boss and stuff. A lot more unique. I remember some of the people that had played the like pre-release version of Nightreign were like, guys, this music is really something. And I was like, oh yeah, I mean, everyone says that about the Souls games, and you know, their music's good, but I don't, you know, I'm like, whatever. So I figured it was just gonna be, you know, kind of more of that. But nope, no, the music was incredibly goated. Dude, I think it's on one of the Caligo videos on YouTube, where the top comment is like, what are they feeding these composers? Because there's actually like more composers than normal. Yeah, they seem to have wanted to have worked with a lot of different composers, and it's pretty neat. A lot of different composers for the different bosses. Yeah, I love Libra's theme. It just could not fit any better. Absolutely incredible. Especially when like you're in a pug, right? And it's maybe the pugs suck and it's not going so good, and the boss is berserk, you know, or in his super phase, you know, and it's like he's getting aggro and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah, I think every boss theme fits their boss just so well. Unbelievable. I think the worst song, I don't know if worst is the right way of putting it, but like I think the song that's I think is the least awesome is Gladius, and I think it's kind of on purpose though. Gladius is the most like vanilla fight in a lot of ways. Right? There's nothing like it, and so the music is kind of like your typical Souls music, right? And that's fine. You know, it fits perfectly fine. I think the song's great. It's just when compared to like something that's so unique like Caligo and Libra and all that, I don't like it as much. But yeah, no hate at all. And not only do I not hate, I think it accomplishes what it's trying to accomplish. I think it's trying to actually stand out less. Like, I think they're trying to get you used to that, like, typical, you know, Souls kind of boss fight, so then they can shatter those expectations in the other fights. Oh, I love Demon Souls' soundtrack. Oh my god, like it's so unique and it fits so well. And yeah, Dark Souls, like Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 really leaned into that, like I guess how most people would view like medieval music, kind of, right? It's not obviously purely authentic by any means, but they're really leaning into that like medieval vibe. Not like the fantasy medieval vibe, really, even just like the you know, I like that a lot. I think it's really unique. And then they still have those real standout songs, though. I think Demon Souls is just such an incredible soundtrack. It's unreal. Because like Made in Australia, that song is just so fitting for the moment. It's one of the most memorable songs I've ever heard in a video game. And they ruined it in the remaster. Again, a good example of when like the engineering side of things gets too much pull there. Yeah, the Demon Souls remaster is just like, there's no one, like they didn't, like they're all engineers, right? The team was just, you know, game engineers. So they really missed it with the art. And it was just a very untypical like way to do things, because, you know, it was already made by Miyazaki and all that, and so they have like these engineers basically trying to interpret it, and no offense, but doing a pretty bad job of it. Go with this one. More straight AR. Oh no, I should have upgraded the other one though because it's only a blue. That'd have been, I think, a better like total amount of damage. Oh, Blue Note. I was trying to find you the other day, but you just weren't around at the time. I was wanting to ask you, when you were talking about, like, when you tried to defend Septum back in the day, how old were you? I'm really curious about this. Oh, man. I wonder if that's better than the one I've got. Maybe a little bit. Oh, and it's fire, so yeah. Oh, I can level up. I know that the remake is messed up. Yeah, those guys were definitely full of themselves. Like, holy fuck. I mean, I'm sure plenty of the, you know, rank and file weren't, and they were just, you know, coding and doing their damn job, obviously, but... I think if you're gonna remaster someone else's work, you need to do your job and do your best to, like, understand where the creator was coming from and put your own personal feelings aside. It's just not the time for that shit. It's like if for some godforsaken reason I was in charge of a, you know, like Sailor Moon remake or some bullshit, you know, I'm not gonna try to make it like I would want to make a show. I'd try to make it like how I think, you know, what the original was going for and that kind of stuff. A lot of people just cannot put their fucking egos aside like that. I just turned 18. Yeah, that's kind of, I was definitely expecting it somewhere in there. Generally what I find when you, okay, hold up. Fire attack power helps our offhand, but that's it. And I've got a weapon slot though, so I might as well. So you're like 25 now, I'm guessing. So I'm not sure exactly where this was in the timeline, but I'm throwing out a guess. Oh, it's 2019. Yeah, apparently the DMC collab was today. Pretty cool. The people sounded pretty happy with it. It's nice to see. They seem to really respect the source material a lot. Yeah, I saw a lot of the devs talking. It's like, you know, DMC is a game that really inspired them. So they were thrilled to get to, you know, work with it. And then because of that, though, I think they really respected it. Nice to see. I'm just sad that they couldn't put more characters in, but they had to put so much effort into those characters to like live up to what they wanted. I can definitely see why they only did the 2. Maybe if it does well, they'll get a part 2 and they can do like Nero and something. Like that'd be cool. Yeah, I haven't played it a lot. I just don't have time, and I'm just I'm really into a lot of real life stuff. Like, been just doing a lot, so I haven't had as much time for that kind of thing. And you know, when I do play games, there's Nightreign and all that, and there's the Blaze Blue roguelike. It's funny, I don't think I come across this way, but I'm actually a really social guy in real life. And I really like talking to people and like trying to get along with people of a lot of different walks of life. It's a good way to increase your wisdom stat. And I just enjoy it. I just enjoy that kind of stuff. You think you'll be streaming tomorrow? What the hell is tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah, I'll probably stream something Thursday. Maybe not Friday, though. I definitely want to play EDF. Like, really wanting to play more EDF. Oh boy, I can tell you one exception I can think of to this conversation about committee and stuff. I don't know if this counts as a full-on committee though, so it's not maybe not a total exception. But there's the what are their names? It's like Conan Brothers or something like that. And you know they did the adaptation of No Country for Old Men and Buster Scruggs and all kinds of other stuff. I think they make really good shit, and I know they're like duo directors. It's not exactly a committee, but and they seem to very much be on the same page and in sync with each other, so that's kind of why it works. But like, if you had like, you know, 4 or 5 other people come in there and try to interject their ideas, you know, it's just not gonna fucking work. Yeah, if we could play EDF tomorrow, that'd be awesome. Hopefully Poi. I know Poi is normally free, you know, a little bit later. Oh my god. But I don't want to fight Dancer again. I missed. She's gonna get her stagger back. Well, maybe not. Oh, I do damage with crits though. Oh, love it. We cheese the hell out of her. You could never do that in Dark Souls 3. Well, I mean, if you're crazy over leveled, you could, but well, I have massive physical negation, but the boss doesn't. I mean, if they like claw you or tail swipe you, they do physical, but the boss is definitely mostly magic damage. Are you rigging the seed? I think there's just a really high chance for her to spawn on this Everdark, I'm guessing. I'm sure there is other bosses, it's just probably like 3 total. Speaking of rigging, that is actually something I enjoy, like 3D model rigging. I've fucked around with that several times throughout my life. It's a pretty fun thing to do. I find I end up liking a lot of the things that other people find really obnoxious. Like most people, they like the result of video editing. They don't like editing, right? But I like editing, right? And a lot of people like the result of model rigging, but they don't actually like doing it. I am absolutely not going to be a VTuber. Not that kind of rigging. Although I guess it's the same kind of. There's a lot of overlap, I'm sure. I don't think it's exactly the same because sometimes you're working with 2D stuff and it just depends. But I know it is similar to like rigging for a video game or something like that. I think it's more specialized though, like the kind of models and programs you're going to be working with. I think in the second phase we pop this thing because like that one attack she does so much freaking damage. probably take these over the Exalted Flesh. Yeah, if I had like a gun pointed to my head and I had to be a VTuber, I would just make a floating green smiley face. That was annoying. Yeah, that's how most people feel about it. Most people I've talked to do not like rigging. And again, they might like what you can do with it, right? They'll put up with it to do that. That's how some people feel about drawing, right? They want to tell a story or make a manga or whatever, but they don't actually like drawing. That can definitely happen. World takes all types. Oh, fuck. Not the smoothest of starts. That smack really gets me. That was close. If I hadn't knocked down, we would have gotten hit by that big frost. I don't know why I'm standing in this. I thought it was the other attack, like the one that shoots the crystal, but no, yeah, that's the one. I wonder if you could retaliate that and interrupt it. I have no idea how to deal with that attack. That's a wall! Oh my god, we missed. Now we're doing really bad. I'm just having such a hard time hitting her, which is kind of weird. Also, the game's lagging like a motherfucker. So frame drops. Oh my god, terrible time to miss. Yeah, we needed to knock down there. Wow, you can't stagger through that. But you can headbutt it. Wow, that was like the one-shot move, and I got through it with headbutt, and then I healed it back. That's disgusting. And then I lose all my life to the frostbite. That, as far as I can tell, is just unavoidable. Frame rate, oh my god. That was sloppy as shit. Yeah, that was definitely the game. Yeah, that's the first time on PS5 I've seen frame rate issues. And to be clear, I'm playing the PlayStation 4 version, which is less taxing, on the PS5. So it generally runs like a dream. But yeah, it is struggling there. Yeah, I will say from the art standpoint, the normal mode fight is better. The music transition from phase 1 to phase 2 is so good, and the phase 2 music is so good, and like the howling frost explosion thing and all that. I think normal mode is a much better like experience. From a gameplay standpoint, I would say the hard mode one is better. I don't know, not exactly though. Honestly, I think what you need is the normal mode version where her stats are a lot higher, because like she's got those cool like MMO attacks, right? Where you gotta like find her through sound, and then the one you gotta hide behind the pillars and stuff. She doesn't do any of that shit anymore. That's the whole problem is you normally kill her and she never does any of that. Because like her stats aren't high enough. So maybe like the hard mode that's coming, where it makes the game like just universally harder and more health and stuff. I think that with the normal mode version might end up being the best. I don't know. It's like I would say she is harder because like I'm getting downed and stuff some, where on regular Caligo like it is really easy. Because like even though she's got some cool attacks, you can just stagger and fuck her up so much she never does any of it. Where like this one, when you get hit by that AoE, she charges up and all that. That fucking hurts. There's a lot more chance of getting wrecked. I bet you pugs are actually dying to this a lot. I bet you what happens is you play with pugs, and if they're melee characters, they get hit by that pulse thing like every time and just die. I bet you that happens constantly. Especially if it's like this day one, right, when people don't know how the fight works. I bet you that's happening quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. I mean, it's cool. I don't hate it. It's not like it's lame. It's just like I don't know. It's not really as different as I maybe would like, and the parts that are hard are kind of just the boss doing insane damage or like unavoidable frostbite and stuff. And I don't think that's the best. And like visually, like the dark stuff isn't as cool, and like the cool MMO attacks are gone. Like the ice sky like shattering attack, that is so cool, and that's not in this version. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with Stormix. I don't like how they start in phase 2 and then go to a new phase 3. Now there's some exceptions to that, but I don't like that. I would rather the fight is just the same fight, and then when you beat them, they go into a new phase 3 that has like a certain amount of health. That's right. I think one that'd be a lot harder, and the game kind of needs that kind of endurance, because how people are generally cheesing this game and making it easy is everyone's kind of like staggering their ults and skills, and like by the time the boss can finally start doing something, they're dead, right? And so the boss is being like longer, I think would be better. And it just sucks because sometimes their phase 1s are good. The only fight that I don't think needs that at all is Adele. I think Adele is just better. His hard mode is just better, right? Because his phase 2 is an amped up phase 1, right? So it's just like him starting in the amped up phase 2 and then going between that and the new phase 3 works great, right? So Adele was like chef's kiss. Let me think about though. Yeah, no, that's like the only one, because like full gore, it's like some of his best attacks he stops doing in phase 3, right? And he's not in phase 2 super long. Sentient Pest is probably fine the way it is. Obviously, I don't know though. Here's what okay. So really the only interesting thing about their original fight that's like missing is the combo attack, but they open up with that attack, so you're at least going to get some of it. But that is like the thing, right? That's like the difficult part of Sentient Pest is that charging attack that they do. And you, in the original fight, you potentially will see that 2 or 3 times, where this one you only see it once, like, or twice if your team is really bad. I will say he's probably going to be fine because although his first phase actually is kind of tricky, but in team play you can just be kind of passive and it's not a big deal. So he's probably just going to be straight up harder and better, I would think. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with Libra. Augur was so weird, man. Oh, I don't even know what to say. But yeah, I think Adele is the one hard mode that I'm like, man, this is just better. This is just so much better. I think the new mode, though, that's going to give enemies more stats, I actually think that's going to be really good. A lot of the fights, that's like the problem. You just kill them too quick. And because even in that fight with Caligo, I was playing like a dumbass because I figured the fight would be over by the time I was out of juice, right? So, like, I wasn't taking it slow. I wasn't really trying to make sure I dodged some of those attacks and whatnot. Where if I know the fight's longer, I'm gonna have to play that way, right? So that's kind of what I'm wanting is, like, have to respect the boss a little bit more. But hey, we beat it with the 3 characters. We kind of fucked around with Raider a little bit, but we got it. It was definitely easiest on Wilder, I would say. Mainly, normally it's easiest on Raider, but I think it was easiest on Wilder because the grapple hook was actually awesome. Because when the boss was doing like the big pulse thing, I could just grapple away. And like when the boss is, I'm saying like a lot. When the boss does the frost breath where she kind of just like turns her head left to right and kind of fires a straight beam and goes across, that's actually pretty annoying to dodge on like a vanilla moveset. Where Wilder you kind of like dodge diagonally with the grapple hook and then you're good. Where's the play Revenant redeem? God, I'm so, like, is anyone surprised that I don't like Revenant? Like, it has nothing to do with gameplay. Like, is anyone surprised this is the character I don't want to play? Like, really? Like, Jesus Christ. It is funny because I do dabble in all the other characters and I just have absolutely no interest in Revenant. I probably will play her at some point just because chat will make me. Green lacks faith. Yeah, she is the faith character. Although Recluse is like at the same faith. That's like the whole problem with the balance. And Recluse can do everything that Revenant can and then a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm really in the camp of Raider, Wilder, and Duchess. I would be way more in his camp if the button inputs weren't so stupid for the deflect, and then also the deflect isn't even that good, right? He just needs to work differently. It sucks because I was actually looking forward to him a lot. But I think they really fucked this up. I think they fucked up Guardian, too. That's the reason I don't play Guardian. They have the same problem. They're so reliant on that awkward-ass input that you have to do on and off constantly. It's just not fun. It's not fun doing that. If their button inputs were better, I'd be way more willing to play them. Guardian needs to be like fucking Fiona and Vandictus, where, like, you block, and then while blocking, you can, like, go into a stance by hitting forward. Or in his case, what I would do for him is I'd make it where you block and you go to a regular block, and then if you hit the dodge button, instead of doing a fucking back step, you go into heavy block. No backstepping by blocking for him, right? You don't, well, no one wants to backstep out of a block anyway. So yeah, blocking and then neutral dodge input makes you do heavy block. That would just make him so much smoother to play. And then, hell, you could do the same thing for, Executor if you wanted to, but I would rather he just doesn't have a regular block, period. Just no regular block for him, and then when you do regular block, you do the deflect instead. And then they're just infinitely smoother to play. Right in his Executor. That does kind of fit, though, because she has a katana, right? Yeah, you can mod and play offline, but yeah, no online. I think eventually this game is going to be really good offline, because like right now you can't do the Everdarks offline, but I think you're going to be able to eventually. And the new game mode coming out, they said, was looking like it was going to be online only, but I have a feeling that will change eventually. So whenever the game's like finished, right, and like they're done, no more patches and stuff, they'll probably make everything available in offline mode, and at that point, modding it, I think, will be really good. I'm not gonna really mess with modding it until then. Which is kind of funny, though, because I, you know, play solo a lot, so... I do like playing with randoms, though. It's kind of fun having that monkey wrench. You don't know what's going to happen, and sometimes you play with elitist assholes, and sometimes you play with fools, and sometimes it just, you know, it's interesting, right? And sometimes you have to go solo on your own or babysit them and all that. It's just, you never know, right? Honestly, my least favorite thing about co-op is when everyone is good. Because it's too easy. Like, when everyone's good, it's just like, there's no doubt you're gonna win. My favorite is when they're bad, but they're not assholes. Although I will say when they're bad and they're assholes, it is kind of, like, funny. Because, like, they'll die a lot and you won't, and you can carry, and they're sucking, and but these, it's just kind of fun to watch, like how dumb they are, right? That is kind of enjoyable. The duo mode's been nice, though. Big fan of that. Alright, chat, I am going to wrap it up now, because it's late as hell. That was very fun. It was nice to beat the boss with all 3 characters. And then, yeah, probably EDF tomorrow. And then, maybe more Nightreign after that, or so. Maybe, like, Saturday or Sunday. Some Nightreign. Do some of the other bosses again. I've been playing Nightreign a lot. I don't mind putting, though, Nightreign kind of on slow burn. Until, you know, more stuff drops and there's, like, the DLC coming. No biggie. But yeah, EDF tomorrow. Probably whenever, like, Boy is good to go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It was a good time. And, damn it, Ace. We will raid Cairo yet again, and I am going to go eat. I am starving. Later!